Hello students and welcome to the history class. Now we are going to start with a new lesson, that is in the earliest cities. So we are going to learn about different civilizations, earliest civilization and earliest cities. Okay, let's find out what is there in this lesson. Now looking at these pictures, what comes to your mind? Yes, these are old houses, correct, which are constructed long back and nobody lives over here. Looking at these, we feel that there will be a ghost inside. If I tell you to enter into these houses, will you be able to enter into these houses? No, you will be afraid. You will feel that there will be a ghost inside, or there will be some animals which can even hurt you. So nobody will be so confident to get into these houses. But then look at the architecture of these houses. It's a very different, right? So the archaeologists or even the architects can use these designs for constructing new houses, correct? New buildings. So why are these important? Why are these important? Because these help us to know the different ways of constructing houses or different characteristics of architecture, right? So the same way, even the historical monuments are preserved. Why are they preserved? So that the next generation or the future generation should know about the historical monuments and the different kinds of constructions or the different types of techniques used for constructions in the olden days. Correct? So, the same way, even we should know about the ancient civilizations. Correct? We should know about ancient civilizations. What is a civilization? A civilization is a society wherein different cities are together. Okay, are clubbed together. The different cities together form a civilization. In the earlier times, the people used to settle into civilizations, that is smaller cities, and together it was called as civilization. So which are the ancient civilizations in the world? So the first one is Mesopotamian civilization, then Egyptian civilization, Indus Valley civilization, and Chinese civilization. So the most ancient civilization in the world is Mesopotamian civilization. Okay. So as you can see the picture, archaeologists think that maybe this civilization would have been the way it is shown in the picture. We don't know, there was no camera, there were no cameras that the picture was clicked, but from the archaeological facts that the archaeologists have collected, we can make out that the civilization looks somewhat like this. Then this is the Egyptian civilization. When we say Egypt, the first thing that comes in front of us or comes in front of our eyes is the pyramids. Correct? So Egyptian civilization had pyramids. This is our civilization, that is the Indian civilization, which is Indus Valley civilization, which had different cities in it like Harappa, Mohenjo-daro, Lothal, Dholivara. So many cities were there in our civilization, that is Indus Valley civilization, which was on the banks of the river Indus. So it was called as Indus Valley civilization, on the banks of the river and its tributaries. Okay. And one of it was Chinese civilization as well. So we will study in detail about the Indus Valley civilization because we have the lesson related to it, which is the earliest city. Okay, and the earliest cities of our Indus Valley civilization we are going to study. Okay, so story of Harappa, the very well known city of our Indus Valley civilization is Harappa. So it was found 80 years ago by the archaeologist. 80 years ago, the archaeologist had found some of the archaeological facts which told us that it is of the city which was known as Harappa. the oldest city in the subcontinent and the first city to be discovered by the archaeologist. Archaeologist had discovered this was the first city which was discovered out of the Indus Valley civilization by the archaeologist 80 years ago. Okay, and it was developed 4,700 years ago. This civilization was developed around 4,700 years ago. Then the story of Mohenjo-daro. One more city of Indus Valley civilization is Mohenjo-daro. It was found 90 years ago by the archaeologist. First, Harappa was found, and later what had happened is people started thinking that the similar construction that Harappa was having, if they see such similar kind of construction in any of the other cities, they used to call it as Harappa. But 90 years ago, an archaeologist said that this is a different city which is known as Mohenjo-daro. So Harappa is different and Mohenjo-daro is different, and they all came under Indus Valley civilization. Now Mohenjo-daro was considered to be the largest city in the Indus Valley civilization and discovered 1 year after the Harappan civilization by the archaeologist, and it was known as the Mound of the Dead. Okay, it was known as the Mound of the Dead. Now, what is your homework? You have to list down the names of the cities excavated in the Indus Valley civilization. Are there only 2 cities in the Indus Valley civilization, that is Harappa and Mohenjo-daro? No, there are many more cities. So what are you supposed to do is you are going to list down the names. You can search it on the Google, or you can even read some books, or you can talk to your parents or your grandparents and find out the different cities which were there, which were excavated in the Indus Valley civilization. This is your homework. Okay. Bye-bye and see you. Wait for my next video.